It's embarrassing story time. So my history professor came into class one day and was like, I have a faculty meeting in the library tomorrow at 4. About an hour and a half long, and I need somebody to watch my kids. Can anyone do it for me? I'll pay you $20. And I was like, even as I agreed to this, I knew it wasn't a good idea. So the next day, I go to the library. I find my professor, and he has these two little kids with him. There's an 8-year-old girl and a 6-year-old boy. They're both really cute and fairly well behaved for a 6 and 8-year-old. Now, my teacher had his faculty meeting within the school library, but he couldn't have his kids in there with him, so he just needed me to sit with his kids in the school library for an hour and a half, which, not a big deal. I just have to keep them occupied for an hour and a half. I can do that. I have 3 younger sisters. I've been doing this all my life. I brought colored pencils with me and a fancy Nancy puzzle, and I figured I would be good for an hour and a half, just keeping these kids active and, generally out of trouble and away from the horrors of the world. So about 45 minutes into babysitting, the kids started to get really hungry. So I took them out of the library area into the lobby library area where there were vending machines, and I bought them each like one of those little itty bitty bags of chips. Then we went outside and played red light, green light for like 2 turns because it was really hot. Tropics. Hot here. This library is really nice. There's a section in the very, very back for kids. It's for like parents who are going to school and need to both watch their children and study at the same time. It's a really nice thing, but there was nobody else there. It was just me and the 2 kids. When we came back inside after playing red light, green light, we went back into the kids section, which is in the very, very back of the library. You have to walk all the way through everything to get to this very back corner where the kids' stuff is. Now the boy is 6 years old, so he just bolts when we get in the door and goes straight back to the kids section. I could see him from where I was, so I wasn't too worried. But the girl was walking with me. I was holding her hand. We were walking back to the kids area. En route to the kids area, we passed by this table where this guy was sitting with his laptop and his headphones in. Oh, I really hate this guy. I don't even know who he is, but I really hate this guy. The dude was watching porn. He was watching porn in a public library on his laptop, which was facing the walkway from the entrance to the library to the kids section. That is borderline pedophilia. So I just kept walking with the little girl, just praying that she wouldn't see it. She did. Once we passed the guy, she looks up at me with her bright, shiny eyes and says,
"What was that man doing to that lady?"
I was hoping that if I didn't acknowledge the porn incident as a significant event, she'd just kind of blow it off as not a big deal. That didn't work. For the next 5 minutes, she's asking me,
What were they doing? Why were they naked?
Ugh. On the outside, I tried to maintain the nothing happened, it's not a big deal facial expression because, quite frankly, I didn't know how to handle that. I didn't know what to say to her. And on the inside, I'm going like, I don't know what to do. I want her to forget about it, but she won't let it go. I can't have the talk with my professor's 8-year-old daughter. After a while, she just kind of let it go. We played the hot lava game, we drew sharks, we played with puzzles, and then my professor came downstairs, gave me $20, and took his kids to a volleyball game. I went home, and for the rest of the night, my mind was buzzing with thoughts like, oh my gosh, my professor is going to fail me because his daughter saw porn on my watch. Then I'll never get into medical school. The next day, I went into class fully prepared for him to say something about his little girl watching porn. He didn't say anything. I don't know if that's good or not. Who watches porn in a library? I don't know.